What's up everybody, Craig here. So as you can see, the Hackintosh is now finished. The build, the installation, everything's ready to rock. So me and my compadre over here, Kinsley, she helped me out quite a bit, and she was a very big helper to Daddy, and I appreciate that. This video is actually very long. It's already made, but I saw that it's like 45 minutes long, and again, it's from start to finish. Everything, the parts, the build, the installation, the FaceTime iMessage fix, the whole shebang. Click on the proper annotation to take you whatever part that you would like to go to if you're stuck on building your Hackintosh, or watch the whole movie and see where I was going from start to finish. Again, it was a project, very fun project. I'm happy, and I got it working. So it was definitely a learning experience. So let me know what you think in the comments, and I will go ahead and like and subscribe while you're at it too, and hope you like it. As you can see, we got a Mac operating system, old El Capitan up there, and down there is a custom built PC. So I got myself a Hackintosh. This was a long, arduous task, basically because I had two things in mind. One thing, I wanted to build a badass system, which I did. The other thing too is I wanted to do a video that was easy for everybody to understand. It was really hard doing this because I guess I'm a noob when it comes to the whole Hackintosh thing, but you know, we all started out as a noob kind of thing. So when I'm on there researching all this stuff, everybody just kind of talks, and they're like, just push a Kexts, just you know, alter your config file, your .plist and stuff like that. Everything was really confusing. Nobody ever spells anything out. So in this video, what I wanted to do was show you the build, the parts, and then explain the installation, the post installation, and the bug fixing, so that everybody can understand. So it would be easier for you to go ahead and try and say, okay, you know what, I could possibly do that. Why would you want to build a Hackintosh? So building a Hackintosh, you get the best bang for your buck when it comes to the hardware. You can shop and personally pick the hardware that you want, and then the other thing is there's only a select few Mac computers that have a GPU. And again, you're going to pay through the nose for a good GPU, but you can choose the GPU that you want to put in here. So for programs like Final Cut, which I really enjoy, and some converting software that uses hardware acceleration and stuff like that. A really cool project. I got my Mac 100% working. So the thing is you got to ask yourself, this could look like a cool project for you to do, and you can say, oh man, I really want to do that Hackintosh thing, but you know, you got to understand, this isn't a normal Mac. You can't, if you just like to click update and let's go in the App Store and install updates all the time, you can't do that. You have to wait till web drivers are ready to go. Again, Tony Mac, the website, is where everybody goes for forums, for guides, for downloads. I mean, that is the point of contact for the Hackintosh project. And so if you go to Tony Mac, they usually post, if there's an update, hey, there's an update, go ahead and download it to your computer, which means get rid of the old installer, download the new installer, and then wait for the NVIDIA web drivers or whatever you're running to go ahead and update before you get the thumbs up to update, which isn't a big deal. I mean, it's not a big deal. You just got to wait a week or so, if that, probably less. So in the video, I'm going to go over all the stuff, and my daughter will be in this video, so give her a go ahead thumbs up, because that is Daddy Baby. What's up everybody, Craig here, and we got a project on our hands, okay? Me and my compadre, Kinsley, aka Daddy Baby. Say hello.
Hello.
All right, so we got a project here, okay? All right, so I used a Corsair Vengeance C70 case.
Come next, Dad.
All right, we need to be quicker than that, okay? All right, here you go. You can have the basket, the Easter basket bag. All right, this is easy. This is just a Logitech C930E webcam. What I looked up about this is it's full 1080p, so it'll look good. And not only that, it's also compatible with Mac as well. So once I get the Hackintosh up and running, this will be good to go. Next. All right. This is Kinsey. I need you right here. You're my sidekick. You don't need candy. Come on,
I just
dude.
want it.
All right. So this is the Intel Core i7 quad core. It's 6700K, so it's unlocked. Already overclocked it, and I'll explain more about that when I talk about the board, the motherboard. But all right, this is the Crucial BX200 solid state drive. Why I went with this for the Windows is because it's the best bang for the buck as far as I saw with quality and price for per gigabyte, and it's a 1 terabyte drive for the Windows side, so I'll be able to install a lot of games on it. All right, so these are Corsair AF120 120mm fans. I got 2 purples, 2 reds. I think the color combination looks good. I'll let you decide for that. Okay, I also got the Gigabyte, let's see, it's a GCWB867D-I. Basically, this is a Wi-Fi Bluetooth card. Really wasn't too concerned about the Wi-Fi because it's hooked up LAN, but Ethernet. Okay, I'm gonna need some stuff though later, so really not too concerned about the Wi-Fi too much, but the Bluetooth was a big thing because I have an Android phone. I use the MultiBeast app, and it uses Bluetooth to send text and stuff like that. So I really wanted Bluetooth. There's a lot you can do with Bluetooth if it's integrated into your system. Next, this is my Samsung Evo 850 solid state drive. This is for the Hackintosh side of the house. Okay, not up and running yet, but it will be, and you'll see later in this video. So 500 gigs Samsung Evo 850. All right, this one's cool that I want to talk about. So everybody, as far as CPU coolers go, Air's good. Air's a good bang for your buck. But a lot of people go with the Corsair H100i or something like that. And I saw a lot of issues with it and stuff like that. So this one had awesome reviews. It's called LEPA, L-E-P-A, Aqua Changer 240. All right, so this is the power supply. This is the EVGA Supernova 850 Generation 2. So this one was definitely the best bang for your buck. All right, so I got 2 8GB sticks, so 16 gigabytes of Crucial Ballistics DDR4 memory. And that's the cool thing about going to this new i7 chip is that it's now unlocking the new hardware, USB 3.1 Type-C. So that's also enabled in this new Intel Skylake 6700K chip. And then also DDR4 RAM. So I'm running DDR4 RAM, runs at a lot higher megahertz. So do you notice a huge difference? No, but hey, it's the new and improved hardware. Good to go. I got the Gigabyte Z170X Gaming 7 motherboard. It's like about a $200 motherboard, but it's really, really nice. I thought it was perfect. Again, I see all these reviews and stuff like that. People like to knock stuff. I don't get it because I had no issues with this board. It's awesome. And I'll tell you a couple good features about this board and why I went with it. Number 1, it has the USB Type-C 3.1. So I definitely like that. Number 2, it has M.2 slots. I think 2 to be exact, so that's cool. If you don't know what M.2 slots, it's the new PCIe flash memory, and it's way faster than solid state drive. So leaves my options open for the future, so I like that. And the last part I want to talk about is the settings that it has in its BIOS. Real super easy to use and stuff like that. But another cool thing is in the BIOS, okay, I want to overclock to 4.6 gigahertz, and it takes care of everything. It's set on auto, and it's cranking. So I definitely like this motherboard. Really nice pickup, so I liked it. So. And last but not least, the graphics card. I went with the Gigabyte GeForce GTX 980 Ti. So those are the parts. I'm going to build them, put them together, show you what it's like when we do. So just pay attention further into the video, and we'll show you what we did with all these parts. Later. Say later.
Later.
Alright, so as you can see here, this is my final build. This is the case is the Corsair Vengeance C70 case. I like it. It's almost like a military ammo box kind of thing. It has some handles on the top you can use to pick up with. If you need to get access to it, you just undo these latches right here and go ahead and pull this out. I have 220 millimeter fans right here blowing air out. Really good airflow. So as you can see, this is the final build. Anyway, so we'll start off with power supply. We got a 850 watt EVGA Generation 2 Supernova power supply, modular, really awesome, 80 plus gold, so for the price you can't beat it. So we'll go on, we got two 8 gigabyte sticks of DDR4 RAM, nVidia GTX 980 Ti, this is a Gigabyte, right off the Tony Mac website. This is a Gigabyte version, so awesome graphic card, good solid graphics card. This is a LEPA AquaChanger 240 liquid cooler, 240 millimeter radiator. Does a really good job at cooling. However, I did have to do some finagling to get it in there. I had to reverse the fans. The fans actually blow down instead of up and out. It blows down, but I have good airflow going through the case, so it pushes it out. 120 millimeter fans right here, one right here, so the airflow goes through and blows right through the hard drives, keeping them cool. I got an 8 terabyte hard drive right here, followed by a 1 terabyte solid state drive for my Windows side, and then the 500 gigabyte solid state drive that I have for my Hackintosh is sitting over there. I'm about to do the install here in a minute. What I want to talk about is this guy right here, which is the Bluetooth, I think it's 4.1 wireless AC card. So we all know when Yosemite came out that they have continuity and handoff, and it goes through Bluetooth. So if you want those features, you're going to need Bluetooth, whether you get one with a motherboard with your Bluetooth already integrated, or you get this, which if you look at the boards that integrate Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, they're very expensive, and this was only like, I think like 25 bucks, 30 bucks, so it wasn't bad at all. It also includes a USB 2.0 port, which comes in handy because, as you see, my Hackintosh install USB is connected to it, and it needs to be connected to a USB 2.0 drive or port, and I have all USB 3.0 ports, so this actually came in handy with that too. And I had all this 100% working except the audio, but good news is I have a Bluetooth connection, so I have Bluetooth speakers, and so now I have a 100% working system because I use the Bluetooth audio. And last but not least, we'll go ahead and go over the Gigabyte Z170X Gaming 7 board, and this is a really solid board, a lot of ports, a lot of good features. Like I said, I'm not going to go over it too much, but anyway, this is the finished product. So we'll go ahead and get this fired up and install some Hackintosh now that I got everything all figured out. Remember, a couple things I forgot to mention was one is my Gigabyte Z170X motherboard here. The Gaming 7 motherboard comes with optical audio connection, so I actually like that because not only do I have my Bluetooth speaker, which is my Amazon Echo, but I also have an optical audio cable running to my Samsung TV, so I have sound over there too. Also, I forgot to mention that I have a LG Blu-ray burner for my disc optical capabilities. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and go with the creation of the USB. You should already have UniBeast installed along with El Capitan latest version. This is 11.11.4 or 10.11.4. Then also the attachments are provided. So go ahead and open disk utility. For some that don't know, it's in the other folder, so it would be in this folder right here. So other folder, but you're gonna open disk utility. You're gonna go to this. Now a lot of tutorials show you to go to partition, but with El Capitan, since I'm running that, it doesn't give the option to see how this is all funky looking instead of choosing one partition or whatever. So it's not like the Yosemite disk utility. They upgraded this. I actually don't like it, but so just follow what I'm doing. So we're gonna hit erase. Remember, be selected on this, not this. Select this. Hit erase. Name it USB in all caps. It's gonna be GUID partition map and OS 10 extended journal. Hit erase. Okay, once that's done, you see this, it says USB, so we go ahead and go with the UniBeast creation. So we're going to hit next, or continue, agree. Okay, we want to install it right here on the 16 gig. Now you want a 16 gig flash drive because I used the 8 gig one time and it wasn't enough for some reason. I don't know why. So 16 gig will do you good. So El Capitan, that's what we got. UEFI boot mode, that's what we want. We're going to inject nVidia, and this is just temporary. And then once we get the nVidia web drivers, we'll go ahead and alter the config file so that it boots with the saying, hey, use the drivers that we've downloaded from the internet instead of injecting just this basically is a blanket nVidia graphics, so it's just going to give you one resolution. It just gets you so you don't get a black screen, just so you can get to your desktop and do your things. So that's what we're going to pick. Okay, this is everything we want. Then we hit continue, type in your password. Oh, I'm on caps lock. And it's going to do its thing. Okay, after UniBeast is done running, go ahead and quit, and then bring up your USB. Okay, and drag Hackintosh in there. Which will be the attachment. Okay, so after the UniBeast is ran and it's done, what's going to happen is this EFI partition should be there. Say if it's not, you'd open Clover Configurator, hit Mount EFI partition, and then choose the right one. And again, you should see this there. You double click it, and then you're going to go ahead and double click that. And in the Clover folder, you're going to get into it and hit Command A. You're going to delete it, and then you're going to go into the UniBeast Clover provided in the attachments, and then you're going to drag all of that into there. That's it. Okay, now we're ready to rock with the installation. So we're going to go ahead and head over to BIOS setup so you can see how the BIOS has to be set up before you can run the install. Alright, so we're going to boot up our computer. My hotkey is delete to go to the BIOS settings. These have to be, these have to be set just right in order for you to boot Mac. So, okay, first thing we're going to do is hit F7 on the, and I hope you can see this real good. Let's see if I can just bring it up here. Alright, so we're going to hit F7 on the keypad. So F7, that's optimized defaults. Okay, it says load optimized defaults. Okay, yes I do. Okay, good to go. Second thing we're going to do is SuperIO serial. We're going to disable that. Where is it at? Okay, and this is a SuperIO configuration right there. We're going to go ahead and disable. So enter, and see how it says enabled. We're going to disable. Okay, next one, we're going to XHCI handoff. We're going to enable that. Okay, well, while I'm here, the IOAPIC entries, whatever that is, we're going to go ahead and go down to that and disable that. So it was there, so anyway, so disable that. And again, all this will be in the description, so you'll be able to, there it is, XHCI handoff right there. You're going to enable that. Enable. Okay, and that is it. We can now reboot and proceed with the install. Okay, I couldn't get the disk utility within the Hackintosh boot to format the drive, so hopefully you have a way to plug the hard drive you're going to be using up to a Mac, so you can open disk utility and format it that way, as I'll show you. So what you do
is I plugged in my hard drive via an adapter I have, and I clicked on it. And you want to click on this one, not this one. You want to click this, and you want to click erase. Now in Yosemite, it has a better disk utility where you actually go and click how many partitions. That's why I had you clicked on where it says pluggable USB 3 here, because that's actually just going to create one partition. So I'm going to head and name it Mac, and you want to make sure it's in GUID partition map and OS 10 external journal, and then erase, and you'll be good to go to attach it to your computer and proceed with the Hackintosh installation.
Get my boot menu up. Okay, so now I want to boot from my flash drive. Okay, so here we go. Booted from my flash drive. Now I'm going to go over some options real quick. So go to options. Two things to remember. So graphics injector menu. We're going to go ahead and inject nVidia. And what this is going to do is give us a default resolution just so we get past the setup screen and get to just, it'll be really ugly, it'll be flashing and stuff like that, but at least it's something that you can look at so you can do what you got to do, which is download the nVidia web drivers and enable them. We also have our boot arguments here. Don't worry about these as much as worry about this. The nv_disable equals 1, which means not to use NVIDIA web drivers, to use that graphics injection that is going in, because if you were to not have that, it would go to a black screen, and this is actually going to change. It's going to change, and I'll show you what it'll change to. It'll be nvda_drv equals 1, which means we already have the web drivers installed, they work. Now go ahead and use my GTX 980 Ti or whatever you got. So these are the boot arguments you want. Again, as you can see, they're separated by spaces, and then we had the NVIDIA graphics being injected. So we'll go ahead and return and boot. So boot Mac OS 10 from a USB. It's going to do its thing, all kinds of funky stuff. And then it will get you to an installer. So here we go, we're at our installer. All right, let's go ahead, and now my drive's already formatted because I had the adapter that plugged into it. So I'm gonna agree, and then here it is, and I'm going to install it on that. And there we go. I highly recommend, and I'll show you, to do common backups all the time, time machine backups, and config backups of your config file. And so it has finished the installation. So now I'm going to go ahead and go to my options again, make sure I got nv_disable equals 1, graphics injector, going to inject NVIDIA. If you wonder why this inject NVIDIA isn't checked, I don't like it checked because I'll have to go back in and undo it. So because in the final, during the final touches and all that stuff, that's actually permanently going to be disabled because we'll be using our web drivers. So we're going to go ahead and boot up from the Mac hard drive. So here we go. Alright, so anybody who has a brand new Mac knows that this is the welcome screen, and shoot, looks like you just bought a new Mac. Anyway, still a lot of kinks to work out. We're still, we don't have the web drivers installed and all that great stuff, so let's go ahead and get all the kinks worked out. Alright, so we're booted up into Mac. We're ready to go. Alright, so I was trying to use this screen capture recorder. It was awful. It was buggy as all can be. So let's go ahead and get everything working. As you can see, iMessage doesn't work. It's just this default resolution right now. So we need to get the web drivers installed. We need to get the Kexts installed. We need to get Clover Configurator installed. Blah, 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 blah. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to open a new Finder window so we can start getting stuff installed. Alright. Clover Configurator. Okay. Drag that in your applications folder. MultiBeast. Put that in your toolbox. Alright, get rid of you. These guys are EasyKext. This one, okay. And let's go ahead and install these drivers. Again, everything will be, now the link will be in the description for these web drivers. You need to go ahead and download them to a USB beforehand. Alright, what I want, while this is doing its thing, it's going to require a restart, but we're not going to restart it yet. So right now I want you to go ahead and open Clover Configurator. Oh, sorry about that. I'm trying to open Clover Configurator here, and you need to go into security. You need to click, you type in your password, and then allow apps downloaded from anywhere. Okay, and now open Clover Configurator. Yes. Alright, so now we're going to mount the EFI partition. Mount it. Okay, choose the right one. There it is. Alright, so now we need to go ahead and change our config file. So after you've got Clover Configurator to open up or mount your EFI partition, what I want you to do is to go into your EFI partition, Clover, and you're going to get this final Clover, and you're going to highlight everything, and you're going to drag it in there and replace it all. Alright, so that's rocking. Your Kexts. So we're going to head and go and open EasyKext. Here we go. Alright, let's go ahead and drag these in there. Alright, they're processing them. Alright, we're good. Now we're going to do two more things. We're going to update our config file, and then we're going to run MultiBeast. Real quick, because I did this right after I installed the system and my graphics card wasn't working, so I did it with my camera holding it at the monitor, and it didn't really work out so well. You couldn't see what I was doing. So when we're altering our config file to have our boot arguments and the way we want things set up so we can go ahead and boot up without farting with all that stuff, go ahead and open Clover Configurator. Wherever I put it here. Okay, I'm going to mount EFI partition, mount it, okay, and then we're going to open EFI, and then, so it's right there. So now what I want to do is go to Clover, and then now because I have Xcode, so you're going to need to go to the App Store and download Xcode, but because I have Xcode downloaded right here, I'm going to double click this, and if it doesn't open with Xcode, just right click and hit open with Xcode, but I already got it to default to it. So I'm going to open with it, and so what I want you to do is go to boot and make sure the boot arguments are, well, for me at least, and for you if you have a NVIDIA graphics card, will be NVDA_DRV=1. That means I have the drivers downloaded and installed. Go ahead and start using them. Instead of NV_disable=1, which means basically don't use NVIDIA web drivers. So there was also some other ones in here called Dart=0 and -V, which is verbose mode. So you can delete those out of there. You don't need those anymore, and then just stick with this one only. And if you have more than one, you separate them by a space. Last thing, just make sure you go to graphics inject. And in NVIDIA, it's no. You don't want to inject NVIDIA anymore. After that, you file, you save, you close out of this, and then you're good to go. What does it do? Basically, what it does is it writes in your system, in your config files or your system files, whatever. It says what your computer is. You're saying I'm an iMac, I'm a Mac Pro, what year it is. All that good stuff. You're saying, hey, I have the 100 series board, I need 100 series audio, stuff like that. So But don't just go start clicking everything and thinking that you're going to, get lucky, because you could cause a kernel panic attack and screw yourself up. Like I was saying, just keep it simple. With your EFI boot mode, which is usually what you should be in. Your drivers, all I picked was just the 100 series audio, and I picked this Voodoo HDA version 2.8.6. For some reason, these two didn't work, but this works for my optical audio cable going to my Samsung TV, so that was handy dandy. I didn't pick any of these. I didn't pick any of these. Didn't pick any of those. And the only thing I picked here was increased max port limit. Bootloaders, I didn't touch this because it's already in UEFI. And then this is your most important part. This is huge. First of all, for graphics configuration, I did not choose to inject nVidia because I'm using the current web drivers that I had already installed. So that's why I have the boot flag nVidia _DRV equals 1. But then down here is the most important part, right here. System definitions. You need to pick the system that is the closest to your system and see if it works. I guess that's what they say, is pick the system that's the closest to yours and stuff like that. But the system that's closest to mine is actually the iMac 17.1. Picked that, didn't work. I went with the iMac 16.2. It worked for a little bit, then went black screen on me. But if you look in multiple threads, these two, 14.1, 14.2, happen to be the most compatible. I go with 14.2. It is the most compatible and lets me operate. The downside to this is, for this iMac, I forget what year it was, but it doesn't have continuity and handoff. So you need a newer iMac, or I think the newer Mac Pro, which this one's very incompatible. So good luck with it. I would just say get rocking and rolling with a compatible version of whatever. And then when you get your system built and you get things right, you do a time machine backup, get everything set just right, and then do a backup of your config file as well. And then you can start playing around with these, because it could send you into a kernel panic attack, or it could also just give you a black screen, which means you'll just have to put nv_disable equals 1 and just to get to the screen, and then you'll end up changing it back to your compatible whatever. So that's the explanation behind MultiBeast. And then you click build, install it to the right hard drive, and then you would need to reboot before anything is even usable.
Let's see what it comes up to, just so you can see what it looks like. So as you can see, here's my Clover boot screen, and if you can see, there's Windows and then there's Mac, because like I said, I have a Windows solid state drive and a Mac. So if I wanted Mac, you've obviously seen that boot up, but if I wanted Windows, I hit enter, oops, hit shift, and boom, there's Windows. So I got a dual boot system, works out pretty good.
All right, here we go. So the infamous iMessage FaceTime Fix. I had everything 100% working, but I could not figure the iMessage FaceTime thing for the life of me. And the thing is, with iMessage and FaceTime, they work off the same server. So if all of a sudden you got one working, you should have the other one working. You just sign in, or click the enable account, uncheck it, and then check it again, and then sign in, and you should be good to go. So so this is the site that helped me. It was actually a video and then a site, but this site, which I'll include in the description, where it tells you to add 5 random letters and numbers to the end to reach a total of 17 characters, which is going to be for your MLB and your board serial number, which is the same number. So just follow along with me. I'm going to include stuff in the attachment, so you'll have this link in the description, and in the attachment you will have a little executable terminal file called iMessage debug, which is going to give you the values that you need besides the 5 random letters and numbers that you are going to add. So let's go ahead and get into it. First of all, I want you to open Clover Configurator,
and I want you to go to mount EFI partition. Mine's already mounted. Then you're going to hit open, Clover Configurator file open. You're going to go to EFI, Clover config.plist. Okay. Once this opens, we are concerned with two things: SM BIOS, which I want you to look at your SM BIOS right now and make sure that serial number, SM UUID, board serial number are all blank. They need to be blank. Actually, your serial number might be there. It probably will be, but I blanked it out just for this purpose. Either way, you can grab it from the iMessage debug tool. Next is your RT variables. This should all be blank, and then these two should be blank as well. This doesn't matter. So blank, this should all be blank. If by chance you happen to hit calculate and you populated these areas, what I want you to do is open MultiBeast and run MultiBeast again, going through what we've talked about earlier, and then install, reboot, and then this stuff will be blanked out the way it should be. So with that said, I want you to double click on the iMessage debug. First thing, we'll go to the ROM. So you'll see where it says ROM. I'm already highlighted on it. Go ahead and copy it, paste it in there. Okay. Your MLB. Okay, so here we go. Your MLB, I want you to go to your serial number right now. I want you to copy your serial number and paste it in MLB. Once you've done that, I want you to go ahead and add your 5 characters or numbers. I have used characters. I haven't used any numbers yet. So whatever the characters or numbers will be, so you paste it in there and then you add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. So this would be at the end of your serial number, which is in here. So you got serial number along with this these 5 characters added onto it. Then I want you to copy all of this in the MLB. So you'd copy the last 5 digits of characters you added, plus your serial number that's in there. Hit Command C to copy. Go into your SM BIOS, click board serial number, and hit Command V as in Victor. That will paste in what was in the MLB in there. Though these two things should be one and the same. Your serial number should be there. If not, you can get it from the iMessage debug tool. This is just your serial number, not the 5 characters. And then you go back to your iMessage debug tool, go to your hardware UUID, copy all of that, and paste it into SMUUID. Once you've done that, you click File, Save, and then you click File, you click Save, and then you click out of here, and then it would tell you, oh, blah, 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 you hit OK. And then, all right, I forgot to do this. So after you've saved your config list through Clover Configurator, we put in our 17 characters, your UUID, your MLB, your board serial number, all that good stuff. We've done all that. Now we got to go ahead and do these things right here, step 10 through 13 here. So let's go ahead and do this. So what we're going to do is we need to find the hidden files. So you're going to go ahead and go in here and copy this. You're going to open Terminal. You're going to paste that in Terminal. You hit Enter, and you're going to follow that by Kill All Finder. Capital F-I-N-D-E-R, just like you see down there. Now you can copy and paste Kill All Finder, but I don't know how to write, so there you go. So you see these things pop up on the right here. These are hidden files. You normally wouldn't be able to see that. So, okay, now that we're able to see it, we're going to go to username, library, caches, delete all files. So, all right, so let's go ahead and go to, So we're going to go to the username. We're going to go ahead and go to library. Right here, see how it's hidden? I got stuck for a minute, I kind of forgot, but okay, so let's go ahead and get back at this. So we're going to go to users, library, caches, delete all these files here. So what I found out is I couldn't double click into this, but what you could do is right click and open a new tab. So you're going to be, let's go back, so you're going to be at your username,
You're going to right click on library, open a new tab. It's there. So we're going to go to caches. We're going to delete all files with com.apple messages. And then IM Foundation. So right here, this needs to go. Okay, so this is the only one here. Okay, now let's go back. Let's go to preferences right here. All right, so all these need to go. So com.apple, iChat. Yeah. Okay. Magent. Right here. Okay, after you got all these files selected and you read this and all these are good, you're going to go ahead and move them to the trash. You can get out of there, and then you're going to empty the trash. We're going to go ahead and hide the hidden files. Okay, we've hid the hidden files, so let's see if we can get rid of these now. You might need to reboot and then do it, but I'm going to go ahead and use the app. There we go. So that's clean. Once your trash is clean, go ahead and sign into iMessage and FaceTime. Once you've rebooted, because all of your stuff is right in Clover Configurator, then you should be good to go. Go ahead and open iMessage or FaceTime and sign into it. If you've already tried to mess with it and you have it enabled, you'd click iMessage or FaceTime. You click this. You go to Preferences. Go ahead and go over to Accounts. Disable the account. Once you've disabled the account, you'd close Command Q. You'd reopen it. You would sign in. It would ask you to sign in to iMessage. And then once you've signed in, now that you got all those new cool values in there, it'll work. So it should work. And then you do the same thing for FaceTime. It will also work. So that is your FaceTime and iMessage fix. If it doesn't work, you could perhaps try different 5 characters and numbers. So keep messing with that, because maybe you've chosen something that somebody has or something. I don't know. So that's your FaceTime iMessage fix. This was not easy to research. This was actually pretty tough to figure out research. Everybody was kind of all over the place with this one. So this should work for you.
Alright, well, that was my video. I hope you liked it. So we went over the build, the parts. We had Daddy Baby in there helping me out, being the #1 helper. We went over post installation, we went over bugs, and iMessage and FaceTime fix. So hopefully I helped you out, was able to get all your issues resolved. If not, you can always hit me up in the comment section. I am a busy fella, so hopefully I'm able to get back to you. I try to get back to everybody that hits me up. What you can do for me after all this is like, subscribe, comment, do all that good stuff, and also in the comments, let me know what you want to see in the future. Tell me if there's a video you would like me to make, if there's an app review you would like me to do, and just let me know. So I appreciate everybody for watching. I'm really excited about my Hackintosh. Hopefully you're going to get one soon and be excited about it as well.